So I just got done playing in about a 4-hour hoop session with the SHAI 001, and do these live up to the hype? Let's talk about it.
I don't wanna trap today. 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 Lord knows I ain't made enough. And rap so far it ain't paid enough. And it's 9 to 5, trying to call my bluff. I might call it sick and get the bagging up. But I don't wanna trap today. I don't wanna trap today. I don't wanna trap today. I don't wanna trap today.
Excuse my stuffiness. It's allergy season, and it just rained today for like the first time in, I don't know, like a month almost, and all that pollen came down and killed your boy. So bear with me here. The SHAI 001. Finally. I feel like we've been waiting on this thing for like over a year, have we not? And I thought for sure when the Thunder were making their playoff run and SHAI was killing, that this shoe was going to come out during that time while, you know, the hype was real. And then that didn't happen. They kept teasing it. And then the Thunder went to the championship, played against my hometown Pacers, and won the championship. SHAI wins the MVP. I'm thinking, oh yeah, this shoe's definitely about to come out now. Now's the time. Send it out. Give it to me. And they kept teasing it and teasing it and teasing it. And now here we are. We're about to start the following season of the NBA. And now the shoe finally comes out. I got lucky enough. I hit it on sneakers. I actually got a black pair as well. And I'm actually going to send that one back. But yeah, let's dive into it. So, fuck it. I'm doing it. I'm calling this an official review of the SHAI 001. Not a first impression. I feel like I've played in this long enough to where I can make a legit decision. So we're going to start this off, just like my other shoe reviews, with the traction. And like I say in every video, the traction is the most important thing. If you don't have traction, you can't do shit on the court. The SHAI 001, traction, solid. No problems. Anything I wanted to do on the court, I did it, never slipped. The court that I play on, it's not like a traditional hardwood basketball floor. It's like, kind of like a tennis court, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a rubberish compound, but it's not. It's like rubber and concrete. Anyway, it's not a traditional floor. There is, however, a lot of dust that picks up and accumulates on this floor because most of the people that play on it are not like me. I bring my shoe with me in my bag. I have other shoes that I wear, and then I do like my weightlifting or whatever in those other shoes. And then when I go play basketball, I switch out and I put these on, and I only play basketball in my basketball shoes. And then when I'm done, I put my other shoes back on and I leave the gym. Most people don't do that. They go to the gym, they do their workout, and then for like their cardio, they'll get on the basketball court and they'll play either basketball or pickleball, or I've seen them play badminton or you know, soccer or whatever, just whatever the court is set up for, they're doing it on it. And they just wear their regular shoes. So there's dust and all kinds of stuff all over the floor. And this thing bit through it perfectly. No issues whatsoever. The clips that you'll see is of me just freestyling by myself, you know, getting shots up, working on different moves, doing shifty stuff. But I didn't just play by myself. I didn't film it, but I actually played 2 games against other people. So I actually battle tested these, and I was there for a total of like 4 hours playing. So as you can tell, they got some creases. They, you know, I've put some work in these, and they're still damp actually. So that'll be the next thing I talk about, is the materials, but the traction right now, solid. So next we're going to touch on the materials of this shoe. A little bit different than what I thought it was going to be. I wasn't really sure what I was thinking, but I was just thinking the whole thing was just going to be fluffy and puffy and like really light, which these shoes are really light, but I thought this whole like toe guard piece was going to be kind of fluffy and like soft too, but it's not. This is kind of like a rubber. Like it feels like rubber. Like it could be a very short-haired synthetic suede, but it kind of just feels like rubber. And this is like a neoprene puffer jacket type material on the top of the foot here, which I've noticed after playing in it for about 4 hours has just collected obscene amounts of sweat. And it's still damp. I quit playing like 2 hours ago, but it's still damp. So that might be something to look out for, or at least make sure that these dry out really well after you get done playing them. Don't like, sometimes I'll leave them in my backpack on accident, and I don't think you can really do that with these because they're gonna smell terrible. So I would suggest, if you have these, if you play in these, to like leave them over a vent or like a fan, like aim a fan at it after you're done playing to like really dry it out, because this piece is going to collect sweat and it's going to be damp and gross. And as you can see, it's already starting to crease on the sides where I bend my foot. So just be aware of that. If you get this shoe, it is going to crease. And it's not like regular creasing, like a regular shoe where, you know, it just has like really thick lines that go across. This just kind of makes the shoe look deflated, like it's a balloon that you let the air out of. And I didn't really care much for that, because like, look, on the top view down, like when you're actually in the midst of playing and you look down at your feet, this is what you see. You just see like, it just looks like a on your foot. Like it just looks like a sack of potatoes, and I didn't really care much for that. But when I watched the video back of me playing, I thought they looked pretty good. Like from a distance looking at it, they look good on feet. But being up close and personal, actually having them on your feet and looking down at them, you're like, or at least I was anyway. Maybe that's just my personal preference, but yeah, I didn't care much for that. Next, we'll go over the fit of this shoe. So that was another thing that I really didn't care much for. I felt like on the inside here, I don't know if I'll be able to get it very good, but that's really all you have to be able to lace your shoe up, is like this little bit, and inside it's fabric. It's like a fabric bootie that attaches to the side of the shoe, which I'm pretty sure is just stitched into the rest of this upper. So it really doesn't offer you much lockdown. I felt like I wasn't really locked super tightly into the shoe, and whenever I was making like hard cuts or anything like that, I could definitely feel my foot wanting to like slide around a bit just with the fabric, just moving with the fabric, because the fabric does have a bit of elasticity to it. It's not much, but it's enough. I mean, if like when you're playing, you're putting high amounts of pressure when you're like cutting and making shifty moves and stuff like that, and I could definitely feel my foot moving around in the shoe, and I don't like that. When I play, I want to really responsive, you know, when I make a cut, I want to start going the other direction immediately. I don't want to have to wait for my foot to, you know, finish traveling this way and then start moving slowly back this way. I feel like I'm not as quick that way. And with this shoe, it just felt sloppy. Another thing that kind of disappointed me about this shoe is the stability. There's no apparent midfoot shank plate or anything like that. No piece of plastic or carbon fiber shank inside the shoe. So it just kind of like bends and folds and twists. Like it doesn't offer any like resistance, if that makes sense. There's a lot of times when I play that I make super hard cuts, or when I'm on defense and the offensive player gets me going a certain direction and I'm going like full speed to catch up with them, and then they make a quick move, I need to be able to like stop and go the other direction. And a couple times when I did that, I felt the shoe like twist and my foot like jammed inside the shoe and it hurt. I don't really know what that's called. I'm sure there's like some sort of terminology for that when it happens. But I'm just gonna say my foot jammed and it hurt, and I did not like that. So, ugh. One thing this shoe does have going for it is the weight of it. It feels really light on foot. And comparing it to this Kobe 5, this Kobe 5 actually feels way lighter than the SHAI 001. But the SHAI 001, when you're wearing it, feels like a really light shoe. And it's only a problem if you notice the weight of the shoe. If you got a shoe on and you're like, man, this thing, like, I feel slow in this thing, then you got a problem. But most of the time with shoes nowadays, none of them usually are heavy enough to make me feel that way. So overall, the SHAI 001 didn't really live up to the hype for me. It might for you. It might fit your playstyle a little bit better. But for me, I rely on doing a lot of shifty moves, and I thought SHAI, he's a pretty shifty player, so I thought it would kind of live up to the hype in that way. Not really. I didn't really care much for the shoe, but it is functional. It's a shoe that I'm gonna have in the far back depths of my rotation, and every now and then I'll be like, oh, today my legs feel good, I feel very strong, I have, you know, no quandaries about my body. Let me pull out those SHAI 001s and let it fly. It is a shoe that's very usable. It's got good traction. That's pretty much all you need. Good traction. Other than that, it's just little things that I didn't really care too much about the shoe. Overall, I will play in it again, but it's not something that I'm going to play in a lot. Also, they get kind of dirty, and I kind of wanted to stay kind of fresh, so it'll just be one of those shoes that I have, like I said, in the back of my rotation that I just pull off the shelf probably like once or twice a month and go hoop in it. So if I'm going to give the SHAI 001 a final score, I would give this shoe a 6.5 out of 10. Wasn't really feeling the shoe, but it is usable. It's usable. You can play good in it. I just would not get this and this be like your only shoe for the whole season. Test it out. Make sure you like it before you keep it around. And for me, like I said, it'll be like a once or twice a month shoe that I just pull out when my legs and my whole body and everything feels good enough to, you know, be able to handle the whole non-shank of the shoe, and just the whole thing, the ride feels sloppy. So 6.5, it's not unusable, it's usable, but other than that, kind of mid. But do you have the SHAI 001? What do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section. Did it fit good for you? Did you have the same problems I had? Or was it a perfect shoe in your eyes? Please let me know in the comments. I'd like to talk to you about it. And for anybody that's thinking about getting this shoe, let me know. Like always, appreciate all of you. Subscribe to the channel for more content. I'm getting some other shoes this week, so look forward to that. And stay dedicated.